In this video I'm going to show you how to create popular hype edits with just a few simple editing techniques. So by the end of this video you can turn your boring edits into these hype masterpieces by using 5 simple editing techniques anybody can do in any software. So first and foremost important is our selection of shots, and ideally we have 2 different styles of shots. So first we have the shots that have movement going on, that are like action shots, and then second we have sort of the static shots where there's also usually just a little bit of movement going on. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So for the first type of shots where we have some action going on, like actual action, is the car here flying by. Here the car is coming in close to us. Again, here the car coming in. So those are more the action style shots. And then we mix them up with some sort of still shots, or where we don't have that moving car coming in, but all these shots do have some element of movement in them. So here we have the speedometer. Here we have a static shot of the engine bay, which we will spice up later. Now it looks boring, but I've got some tricks to spice it up. Then here we have this, the reveal of the car, which is technically a still shot, but with the reveal curtain thing, it creates extra dynamics, which is perfect for this type of edits. Here again, a static shot of the exhaust, but it still has action going on. Then here the same static shot of the rim, but it's turning of the wheel. And then here we mix it up with a cinematic B-roll shot. So action, still shot, action, still shot, B-roll shot. You get the point. You want to mix it up. Just scrub through your footage, throw it into your timeline, pick the best parts, and also don't make your clips too long, because we want to have that action going on. There's always something happening. And then here we kind of break the rhythm with a slower, longer shot, and then we go back to action. So this is the boring edit, just to show you the shots that I have used. And what makes these hype edits usually stand out is the flash cuts. So it's the flashes that are happening in between transitions of different shots. So for example, we have this flash happening here, flash, flash, flash. Then here another type of flash, and then poof, another flash. And here we have this black and white flash that we can recreate. And then poof, again the same type of flashes in between transitions. This is what really brings the hype into your hype edit. Let's break them all down. So for the first flashes here, what I usually do is, let's zoom in a little bit. I have a solid color, which is technically just one layer of color. So you want to go to effects, solid color in the toolbox, and then you can drag it here in your timeline, and then we're gonna cut it. So let's shorten it up. As you can see, now it's just black. Then I'm going to change the color here, drag it down. Then, for example, to orange-ish, we hit OK. And in the settings, we go to composite. How to pronounce composite with a shorter vowel in British English. Let's just go for composite. So we go to composite, and then we're going to change the composite mode to exclusion. So let's say we delete these, and then poof, we made it kind of in this negative color. And if you want, you can still play around with the colors, but for me this one kind of was good. So, and then we want to make some cuts to get that flash effect, and then we're gonna cut away the middle ones. So something like this, and then poof, flash happening. Okay, that's for the first flash series. Then the second one is this negative bluish one. So we have the same solid color. We have set it to white. Then the settings, this time I've set it to difference. So you can also just play with some settings here in the composite mode. Composite. This one also looks cool, color, but for me, I'm just gonna stick to my exclusion one. This one also looks nice, hue, and then again you can still play with the color. Let's see what it gives, but I like this as is. Let's move over to the next one, which is just same as this one. Boof, boof, flash, flash, flash. Okay, the next one is also cool. It's like a black and white one. So what I did here was I just chop up the clips here, and then I changed this color. I went to the nodes section, to the color tab, and then for this node, I drag the contrast up, I drag the saturation down, I slightly lower the lift. As you can see, you can change however you want, and I added the gain. So you can play with the sliders until you have the look that you want. I don't know what I did with this one. Yeah, not much. So we can even delete it. And to invert the image, so from more white to black, I simply change one node, and there we go. For the curves, you select the white one, and then you invert the color. And you can still then play with your lift and gamma and whatnot. So there we have these flashes, black and white-ish flashes. If we move over here, we have the exact same flashes, and as you can see here, I just use them for transitions where our shot comes in, so 3 or however you want. So here I have some more because it matches with the audio. It's like and to spice it up a little bit more. So here I have my original clip. I made a duplicate, so option drag, and then I chopped up all the clips here, so where I have the flashes, and as you can see here, for example, I zoomed in a little bit, or I went to the left or to the right. I changed the position, and this way the clip moves around. These flashes move around. This is what it would be like without, and this is when you drag them in different locations. And then here I have a film burn where I did the exact same thing. Exclusion. When we just check the film burn itself, this is just a simple film burn. You just have to play around with it. Usually I don't know what I'm doing neither. This is how we all do it, right? As videographers or editors, we have no clue what we are doing. We just do shit and we create, we make stuff up. So if you don't know what you're doing, that's fine. Me neither. So welcome, join the club. Here's something else that I do to spice up some clips. But first I want to invite you, if you want to become the best automotive filmmaker, you want to know exactly how I film cars, how I edit cars, and if you want to join live calls with internet's biggest automotive creators, you can join the #1 automotive filmmakers community. You can try it completely for free. Check the link in the description. So to spice up some clips, I cheated a little bit. I sped up some clips here and there. So for example, let's see which ones I actually did that with. Here, the speedometer, I sped it up, 265%. This one, I didn't sped it up. Yeah, I did sped it up, actually. Let's decompose in place. So you can see helps sped up. And this one also, I see that it's a composed clip. So I sped it up to 177 just to bring that extra hype, bring that extra pump. Okay, next up. Then we've got some sound design. So first we have the original clip. Then I have the audio from the car, which I recorded with the DJI microphones. So I have this one here, it's like, and here it's like, where he's also coming in. Then we have added some extra sounds. So here we have the flyby, which is an ocular sound effect, the supersonic flyby. So that's like a good start, a good hook or attention grabber. Then we have the tonal subhit. It's like, and then it's perfect for a transition. So as you can see here, I bring it in here. Then we have a few other sound effects, also to kind of enhance these flash effects. I had here a focus click, like camera click, and then here we have a deep whoosh hit. So I use this one when the car also comes in. So it's like, and then it kind of brings it all together in a juicy way. And here we have like this. Then two more simple tricks to bring it all together, to spice it up just a little bit more. I'm gonna do a zoom in, like it creates that extra dynamics, that extra little bit of motion. So where do we do it? I do it here, I do it here, I do it here. Here I zoom in and I rotate slightly, so it follows the thing, the meter. So whoop, yep. Then here I'm gonna do a simple zoom in. In DaVinci you can just, here you can hit dynamic zoom, and then if you open the dynamic zoom window, you can see it's going from the green to the red box. So zoom. So if you make this smaller, your zoom in will be more aggressive, and you might want to swap it so it goes zooming in, otherwise it will zoom out. We want to zoom in. That's it for this one. So that makes it, again, more hype. So for this shot we zoom in slow, and then when the curtain is pulled, we go a little bit faster, and then again slow. So here we set a keyframe at the beginning. Then at the last frame we also set a keyframe and we zoom in. Oh, and then we want to check our keyframes, and this is the curve that I made. So here it goes slow and then zoom, faster when the curtain is pulled, and then again slow. So zoom, that's it. Here we have another simple dynamic zoom, and here we do the same principle. We come in slow, then we go a little bit faster. Here we also do a dynamic zoom. We also added some camera shake here and there. You go to effects, camera shake, and then you drop it onto your clip. Then it's here in your effects tab, and then usually I just increase motion scale, speed scale, and I will increase the PTR speed. And we do the same here, here. That's it. If you want to know how I made these car roller shots from this Ferrari, you can watch this video here. And if you want to know how I film perfect B-roll shots, you can watch this video here. And if you want to become the best automotive filmmaker, check the link in the description.